Hey, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Joyce, and today I'm reading one of the most impactful books that I have read so far this year. It's pretty much one of the most impactful books that I have read in my life. I can honestly say that I am forever changed, and this book will live in my heart forever. So keep watching to experience this equally beautiful and compassionate story with me. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting read. So the main character, Eugene, he has autism, and then he also has Angelman syndrome, which is also known as AS. So I already really like his character. If you are not new to the channel, you know that my daughter Justice, she is on the spectrum. She has autism. And so it's just going to be really interesting to see how they write this character. I'm already going to understand a lot about him because this is familiar to me. I think it's going to be a 5-star for me, but I don't know. It's not necessarily giving 5-star energy yet, but I do think it's thought-provoking. I do think this is a book that I might want to read a little bit slower. Yeah, just wanted to do a little check-in with you guys. Let's keep on reading. Oh, friends. It's that time of the month. That's why at the beginning of the video and just throughout the video, I'm just kind of like chillaxing. The energy is low. And then the audacity of these zits. Oh. It's fine. That is why I am just going to get my heating pad and we are going to keep on reading books. Oh my gosh, what a Thursday. So, I have to laugh so that I don't cry. My video footage got deleted. And I don't know how. It was on the timeline. I had already started editing this video. It just kept saying unable to display. It was showing up as a black screen. The devastation is real. I am going to stay encouraged and we are going to figure this thing out. Let's do a quick update. I am really and truly enjoying this book. I'm on page 206. I actually ended up downloading the audiobook, which that's something I said that I wouldn't do, is buy both versions of the book. I just can't stop consuming this literature. I just can't. Like, I went to bed listening to it. I woke up. That was the first thing on my mind while I was at work. I was like, I just need to listen to this book. And it's so good that I had to go back and do some annotating. There were just so many gems. There were so many things that resonate with me that I just needed to go back and highlight. I do believe that this is one of those books that is for a targeted audience, so it won't resonate with everyone if you are not into philosophy, or if you are not a special needs or neurodiverse family, or if you are not interested in the perspective of a neurodiverse or special needs family. You probably won't find the book all that interesting. But me, there's been moments where I'm almost in tears. I'm just so intertwined with it, it's not even funny. And so that's what I got for you guys for right now. I'm just going to get myself in order, have my pity party about my footage, and trust the journey. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna call it a night.
Was this painful for Mom and me? What was it like for those who have beautifully formed thoughts they can't express their entire lives?
Good morning and happy Friday, friends. Happiness Falls is such a good book. So I'm listening to chapter 21 right now on Audible, and it's so good. I'm gonna have to go back and do more highlights. It's almost like I'm reading the book twice. In moments when I am not reading this book, I just am thinking about it. It's so much being left with me. It's so much that I'm processing. It's so many things that I'm learning about happiness, about autism, about communication, just so many good things, and I need to be highlighting. So I am gonna still listen to the audio version, but if you're like me and you like to annotate, you like to learn and highlight, you want to really get immersed in the experience, paperback is the way to go with this book. But the experience of both has been really nice. I'm just reading the book twice because I'm going back to do highlights anyway. But now I am here at TJ Maxx because I want to get myself like a ceramic tea kettle. Husband is probably still going to get me the electric one, but in the meantime I just like need one now. I did not find a new ceramic tea kettle, but I did find this super cute pumpkin fall tea set. A new tea mug for Lily. It's so cute. I'll show you at home outside the box. And then this, stop it. A little early for Christmas mugs, but it's so nice. Look what I found. This is so cozy. Oh my God. My new reading shirt. Well, we clearly did some retail therapy today, which we needed after that footage debacle yesterday. We're in our Throsy, that's what it's called. Enjoy our oversized hooded poncho with sleeves. Sign me up. It's so soft. It's so snuggly. I just can't even. Look at it. Look at these sleeves. I'm so excited. But before we read, you guys, look, this is the teacup I got for Lily. Stop it. It's so freaking cute.
Just take a look at yourself. Do you really think it's gonna help if you always fighting yourself, trying to forget how you felt? Just take a look at yourself. Can't even be your own friend, cause you're way too stuck in your head. How do you think it's gonna end? Nothing that they could do, nothing that they could say, nothing that they could do to take all the pain away. Sometimes it works out and sometimes it don't. Sometimes you win some and sometimes you won't. But we could be everything, everything.
Update on the blanket, hoodie, Throsy, whatever you want to call it. This thing is so nice. It's going to be so cozy and perfect for the winter or the cold fall days. It was really cold earlier, but now it is not that cold. So I am actually like extremely hot. I really do love this book. I'm highlighting so much. It's not even funny. There's so many good moments. I really love the moment when Mia and Eugene finally had a moment where they connected and she was able to realize all the misconceptions that she had about him. That was such a beautiful moment. It's just so amazing how this book addresses and is also tearing down the myths that we have as far as communication. And it had me in tears. So many little moments. I just can't wait till Lily gets home. I just want to give her the biggest hug. And yeah, just keep on reading.
My headspace been weaker, it's been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes. Now it's Friday and nothing's changed.
I love this book. I really do. I am indeed the target audience. There's just so much value. And one thing that I really love about the book, it has so much information. It's almost like you're reading a nonfiction book, which I love. I am a huge nonfiction fan. It's obviously still very fictional based, but there's so many moments and there are so many scenes where you're forced to step out of your realm, step out of your way of thinking and just expand the way that you look at things, the way that you look at people, the way that you look at communication. There's so many moments where it's like an aha moment or just a come to moment, and I love it. So Mia, which is Eugene's older sister, she realizes that some of his acting out or sometimes when he's having a fit or just certain behaviors about him, it's actually his way of communicating. It's his way of protesting because he doesn't necessarily have a verbal way to communicate, but he is communicating. And I love that. That's something that we have realized and noticed about Justice. Like, although she doesn't have as many words, there are so many other ways that she will communicate communicate with us. And it's just up to us to make sure that we expand our way of thinking and understanding so that we can accept other forms of communication that don't look like what they're typically supposed to look like. It's just been a treat to read this book. I have about 100 pages left and it's about 4 o'clock. So Justice is getting ready to come home. Husband just went to go and pick her up. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get through. I need to finish this book today. It's just so good. If you are on the fence about reading this book, or if it sounds interesting to you, I'm highly recommending it. Again, it is only for a targeted audience. Everybody's not going to love this book. The book isn't for everyone. This is for a certain type of person, a certain type of thinking. But anyway, oh my God, I'm just so thankful that Angie Kim wrote this book. She also wrote a book called Miracle Creek. This book, I'm not even done yet, but I just love it so much. I'm adding that to the TBR. I'm probably going to just order it. Like, why not? It's my birthday. I'm treating myself to books this week anyway.
I want slow love, uncomplicated touch, stable as we go.
Justice is home. I guess she doesn't like my socks. Are they a little too long for your liking, boo?
No need to rush. I'll say
She all looking at this thing.
strangers in my sleep.
Oh, you so sweet. Oh my God.
Hello.
Say hey, hey.
Hey.
You're so sweet. More turn around. Good job. More spin around. Okay, come on. See? Go.
Cause you got me thinking
Whoa.
that possibly of change.
All done. All done. Spin around. Listen, the levels of heartbreak.
I've seen it in my dreams. Strangers in my
Let's go. Go. You guys, I hope that this is enough. Oh my God. I don't want to give any spoilers. Oh. My heart.
I reminisce the codependence, the games.
You guys, I finished Happiness Falls, and I can honestly say this book will live in my heart forever. This book is just so impactful. Any reader that reads this book, your mind is going to be expanded. You are going to see communication differently, and you are going to be a little bit more mindful of what you say and how you view communication, and even how quickly you are to judge others. This is a book that will force you to look at your limited beliefs surrounding disabled people or people who are nonverbal. And it will help you to be mindful of how you speak around people. Just because someone is nonverbal or non-speaking, it doesn't mean that they are not intelligent. It doesn't mean that they don't understand or that they cannot hear you. There's a part here that says, when you can't talk, people assume you can't understand and talk about you right in front of you. It's humiliating. And this is so true. There's another part that says, I find it really fascinating how deeply ingrained it is in our society, not just the US, but humane society in general, how we equate verbal skills, especially oral fluency, with intelligence. That is so good. The book definitely pulls on your heartstrings. You have so much compassion and understanding for this family. And then if you are a fellow autism mom like me, or a mother that has a child that has Angelman syndrome, or any form of a disability, I see you. I see you. I see you. And we are seen here. As a mother of a child that has challenges and differences, I am in constant worry. This is the main reason why. Oh my God, I'm getting so emotional. This is one of the main reasons why I'm in therapy. I never would have imagined, obviously, when you have children, you don't expect for them to have differences. You don't expect for them to have a disability. This isn't something that, parents think of or that we expect, but it can happen. It can happen. And then when it does, you go through a process of grieving. You also You also have to go through a process where you change the way you think. You have to educate yourself. And oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm so full. This is crazy. I did not expect to cry like this. And I've been doing a really good job throughout the vlog, like not, you know, having like these tough moments, but man, like I was saying, and I'm pretty sure that mothers and fathers that have children that are differently wired, like my little nugget, we are in constant worry. We are worried about the cruelties that come from the world and their peers. We're worried about their safety, and that is a huge part of what you see in this book. I'm gonna do this section and then we're gonna go into a separate section that's slightly spoilerish, but I will let you know ahead of time. It's just so many things that the book addresses. You won't have the same reaction that I have if you are not as invested in the neurodiverse world as I am. So yes, I think this book was very fascinating. It was extremely riveting. It was very suspenseful. It was actually a very suspenseful book. It was just really beautiful. The author does a very, very good job of making you think outside of what society has taught us and framed us into thinking. I can see why certain people have DNF'd this book, and I can see why people have rated it lower. The happiness experiment section was overkill, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, those particular parts of the happiness experiment definitely could have been minimized, and then I think the book would have been more interesting. I also feel like the last 2 chapters of the books could have been condensed. They go into all these different theories about what could have happened to the dad outside of what actually happened to the dad, and most of it was interesting, but then some of it just gets confusing. And so those are my non-spoiler reviews for this book. I obviously had a very good time reading it, and if this is something that interests you, don't hesitate, go ahead and read the book. Now I wanted to get into like a very small spoiler-ish style review. So let's get into it. The dad is out in the park with Eugene, and at first you don't really know what happened. It's like so many scenarios that are painted, which I absolutely love that Angie Kim does that. It's like, did he commit suicide? The depression rate and anxiety rate amongst families or parents that have children with disabilities, it's extremely high. The divorce rate is high. Like, it's just a lot in this world, okay? And so that was one of the theories that they were exploring. They also explored like a really bad one. They were thinking that maybe the son did something to harm the dad. They're like, he had to have done something to him because he was having like other outbursts, but those were really just his way of communicating his frustration because he was unable to speak. So I really like that they explored that aspect, and I'm not gonna say what actually happened to dad. I'll leave that level of suspense, but I did really like those options that they threw out there. At first, they were painting the dad out to be somebody who was real sketch, you know, like you left your family, you didn't committed suicide, but you put in all this effort to learn and educate and do the best for your son. Like, it was so weird. Then there was another lady who we thought he might be having an affair with. So then they were really torn on that. Like, will we rather find out that our father is just dead? Will we find out that he was killed by Eugene, or that he killed himself, or that he ran away with this lady? Like, oh my God, these scenarios are just absolutely horrible. That's what's so riveting about the book, and that's what keeps you so enthralled. You want to know what's happened to this family. You want to know what happened to this dad and how are they going to figure it out. It's so captivating. I was really happy that Angie Kim ended up fixing some of those scenarios that were out there. Like, they were put out there because they're possibilities, but what ends up happening in the end, I thought that was the best scenario. It's exactly how we are as parents of children that are differently wired. We will do anything for them. It is just our natural instinct to protect them and make sure that they don't get hurt, even if that means that we're gonna get hurt. So that is all that I am gonna say. It was so good. It was such a good book. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I really do. I am so glad that it is documented and it will live on my page and the internet forever. And so, Angie Kim, thank you so much for writing this book. I know you won't see this video, but I'm just still saying it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I really did. If you did, watch more videos, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, and get you one of these blanket hoodies. It's such a vibe.